Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
Like on accident?
Nah, like on purpose. So they sent me to goddamn West Jefferson in lockup. So when I got out of lockup, they put me right in the cell with my daddy. But they didn't know that my daddy, you know, we got the same first name, we ain't got the same last name. So I went in that hoe with him, you know, we banging. You know, that pop real nigga.
What happened? What happened?
Don't do that!
Man, get him up out this bitch, my fault.
Let his
Get him
ass
up out that bitch, my fault.
Yeah! Oh, shit.
Hey yo, squad, what's the drill? Back with another video, man. Your boy HoneyKomb Brazy is finally out and back on the streets. After doing a little time, HoneyKomb Brazy is ready to get back to work and continue the momentum that he built before he had to do his time. With a life of crime and street beef, many people are worried about his safety and they fear he might get himself locked up sooner or later. It's crazy though, because after not even being out for 2 weeks, dude had to turn himself in for an incident. He's been posting videos of him getting things off his chest, so it's clear he got a lot on his mind. But with such a checkered past, will Brazy be able to stay out of trouble? Will he stay out of harm's way? Will he live long enough to really see success in his music career? We gonna find out. So without further ado, let's skip the play and get down to business. HoneyKomb Brazy, whose real name is Nashawn Jones, is a prominent rap figure in the Mobile, Alabama scene. More than just a rapper, he embodies a narrative that intertwines the gritty realities of street life and the power of music and the challenges and triumphs that come with the journey. Born in 1993 in Mobile, Alabama, HoneyKomb's life was no smooth ride from the get-go. With a rough upbringing in a tough neighborhood, this dude found his solace and expression in music from a young age. His sound, a raw blend of trap and spittage, echoes the very essence of where he came from. This cat didn't just rise, he soared, catching the eyes of big labels like RN4L, So South and Rap A Lot, and dropping hits like Yellow Freestyle and Dead People. The early life of HoneyKomb Brazy marked by a lack of parental presence and the challenges of the inner city. Alabama shaped him into more than just a rapper. It molded him into a storyteller, a voice for the streets. Brazy grew up with his grandparents while his parents were in prison. His first arrest occurred very early when he and his friends entered a factory and stole a go-kart. Subsequently, he spent some time living with his aunt. Due to financial problems, he even ended up popping his own cousin. In an interview, he admitted that he actually popped his cousin intentionally.
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah.
Like on accident?
Nah, like on purpose.
In addition to that, Brazy also took out his childhood friend in a shooting, which led to him making a lot of enemies. He went on the run for a while before being arrested. During his time in prison, he shared a cell with his father.
So they sent me to goddamn West Jefferson in lockup. So when I got out of lockup, they put me right in the cell with my daddy. But they didn't know that my daddy, you know, we got the same first name, we ain't got the same last name. So I went in that hoe with him, you know, we banging. You know, that pop real nigga. We ain't doing no beginning high, sipping drink, talking on the phone, you know, kicking it, that's it.
Yo, this is insane. So I can only imagine the conversations y'all just having in there, just talking.
After the arrest, he mentioned that while in prison, he was frequently involved in fights and once stabbed 3 people in a single day. Stank's loved ones were not going to let him off easily. The streets were no longer safe for him. After his release, he was allegedly attacked by Stank's friends in a shooting where he was hit in the head. He spent a week in a coma and the doctor said he would never walk again. However, a few months later, he was able to regain his health. Bro really was unbreakable. This rapper's life been more about spitting bars, but also about dodging bars too. His entanglement with the law started with a bang, cuffed on gun charges leading to a stretch on probation. But the streets don't sleep, and neither did Brazy's beef. Back in January 2020, Brazy's parole officer tried to get his probation yanked for having herb and a piece. They locked him up, but the courts couldn't prove that he had a stash or the firearm, so they had to let him walk. After he got out, Brazy found himself in another beef that nearly took him out. He and his crew were chilling on Facebook Live, parked outside a barbershop in Montgomery County, Alabama, a good distance from Mobile. Then, a gray BMW rolled up and started letting off. Brazy and his boys didn't hesitate to bust back. Nobody knows who got hit though, or if anybody got hit at all. One thing's for sure is that the streets definitely thought it was a setup. In 2021, a feud involving social media insults led to a tragic incident where HoneyKomb Brazy's grandparents lost their life. The conflict allegedly stemmed from a Facebook post made by Mobile-born rapper OMBP's real name LaParis Dade, which co-defendant Terrence Santez Watkins perceived as disrespectful. Watkins and his co-defendants, unable to confront Dade or Brazy directly, allegedly targeted Brazy's grandparents. After everything hit the news, Brazy threw up a pic of them on IG pouring his heart out. He was like, "Long live grandma and grandpa, you are my world. I mention y'all in every track. Can't believe you got mixed up in my mess. This hurts for real. I kept asking y'all to move, but you showed me how to stand tall." Despite being the one in the crosshairs, the law wasn't having any of it. His back and forth with the probation officer didn't help either. Missing check-ins and ghosting the scene. Even after his grandparents met their demise, his paranoia didn't cut him any slack in court.
Then their home set on fire. The grim details just revealed by emotional family members at the scene.
The judge wasn't having any of it. Despite Brazy not being the one firing, the evidence against him was heavy. He'd been playing fast and loose with his probation rules, missing check-ins with the probation officer Jay Taylor, and getting caught up in life-threatening situations. In a twist, the prosecutors even used HoneyKomb's own live footage against him, showing him caught up in the shootout. And when he finally showed up for probation in February 2021, he spilled the beans about using herbs and perks. All this stacked up and the defense couldn't dodge the bullet. HoneyKomb Brazy was headed back to the cell to serve out the rest of his time. Yet, the prosecutors weren't buying the fear angle. They came hard with evidence of Brazy holding straps in his music videos, though his defense claimed they were just props. The court wasn't having it. HoneyKomb Brazy's latest arrest and trial was straight out of a street drama. The real-life saga began on May 2nd, 2021, just hours before Brazy was set to perform. The law caught up with him while he was chilling in a whip with a female. Word is, Brazy set himself up by posting his location on Facebook. The cops swooped in, slapping him with new charges, adding to his already long rap sheet. The main charge, violating probation from a 2016 conviction for being a felon with a heater. The final nail is the evidence that showed Brazy living outside of Alabama against his probation terms and footage of the shootout that almost claimed his life. With all this piled up, the judge ruled to send Brazy back to serve the remaining 13.5 years of his sentence. Inside the walls of Limestone Correctional Facility, Brazy faced a grim reality far from the life that he knew on the streets and in the studio. He took to Instagram to share his ordeal, describing a life of racism and abuse. He spoke of being shaken down, called out of his name by correctional officers, and thrown into a lockup without even basic necessities. This experience, he said, was testing him to his limits, with the traumas of his past and the loss of his grandparents weighing heavily on his mind. The influence of the time behind bars on HoneyKomb Brazy's outlook is profound. His defense attorney highlighted his creativity and influence, acknowledging the difficult circumstances that led to his probation violation. The ordeal in prison seems to have given Brazy a new perspective, confronting him with a reality that's far removed from the glamorized depiction of street life often portrayed in his music and in media. In a recent post, Brazy shared his experiences at Limestone Correctional Facility, highlighting concerns of unfair treatment. He noted that, "I've been at Limestone for 9 days and I've been searched thoroughly 5 times. I feel the treatment here is unfair and I face disrespectful language from the staff. I'm currently in isolation without a clear reason." He speculated that his recognition as a well-known individual might be the reason that he was treated like that. Additionally, Brazy described a specific incident where the officers woke him up early in the morning, conducted a strip search, and placed him in an isolated cell without basic amenities like a mattress or a blanket, leading him to sleep on the floor. He emphasized, "While I'm not complaining about my circumstances, I think it's important for my loved ones to know what I'm going through." He expressed his commitment to coping with the challenges with the hope of reuniting with his family. Fortunately for Mr. Brazy, he hit a stroke of luck in 2023 when a change in the Alabama law led to his early release from prison.
Yeah, my mom, what up, man? Yeah! Don't do that! Don't do that! Man, get him up out this, man, my mom! Let his ass out my mom! Yeah!
Locked up for being a felon in possession of a firearm, Brazy's 15-year sentence got cut short. thanks to legislation allowing inmates to earn credits for good behavior and participation in educational programs. This reform was a part of the Alabama Prison Reform and Inmate Rehabilitation Act, and it was a game changer for Brazy and over 1,000 other inmates, with aims to reduce overcrowding and improve conditions in the state's correctional system. Fresh out of the clink, Brazy took to Instagram to express his newfound freedom, sharing a video of himself chilling in a car, blunt in hand, and a picture of relief and happiness. His experience in prison, marred by claims of mistreatment and abuse by staff, was now behind him. Fans in the community are now eagerly waiting to hear what Brazy's got lined up next. With a promise of new music on the horizon, there's hope he'll steer clear of trouble and keep his life on the positive track. Unfortunately though, HoneyKomb was booked in Mobile Metro Jail on November 16, 2023 on an incident of indecent exposure. A spokesperson for the Mobile County Sheriff's Office says Nashawn Jones exposed himself to a corrections officer. The incident occurred in 2021. According to jail records, Jones turned himself in on the indecent exposure warrant and was released 31 minutes later. That's all the information on the situation that we got right now though. So far, that little situation seems to be a minor setback, but who knows what will come from it. The good thing is HoneyKomb is back out and we got more music coming. As long as he stay out of the beef, stay clear of the smoke and get back to his music grind, he gonna be alright. All he gotta do is stay smart, stay alert, and stay real. I'm out, y'all.